Small Towns and the River has been written by Mamang, who belongs to the Adi tribe. Now, in this poem, she tells about life and mortality, the eternal flow of the river being contrasted with the limited span of human life. Now, the theme of the poem is the transient nature of human life. And now, let's begin the poem. Now, the poet, she says that small towns always remind me of death. Now, see again here there is metaphor. This poem has got lots of visual imagery. Now, my hometown lies calmly amidst the trees. So, she is describing her hometown, which is in between the trees. It is always the same in summer or winter with the dust flying. Now see here, the small towns or the rural areas are generally same. They hardly change in any weather, or probably the weather in Arunachal Pradesh is same throughout the year. So now, or the wind howling down the gorge. So here you can see personification. She says that the wind blows through a deep, narrow valley, making a loud noise. Just the other day, someone died. In the dreadful silence, we wept. Now see here how the people of the small towns are closely united. So now she says that just the other day, someone died, and in the dreadful silence, we wept, looking at the sad wreath of tuber roses. Now again you have got visual imagery, that is they all looked at the wreath of tuber roses and were filled with sorrow. Now tuber roses are white flowers. Life and death. Life and death. Now this is your antithesis where two opposite qualities have been placed side by side. Only the rituals are permanent. So the poet says that life and death. Life and death. However, the rituals are always permanent, that is, they are performed in the same way every time. Now, the poet says the river has a soul. See, again, it is personification and refrain. In the summer, it cuts through the land like a torrent of grief. Now, see here, simile is there. During the summer months, the river seemed to cut like a torrent of grief. That is, there is sudden and erupt flow of grief, or actually water. Sometimes I think it holds its breath, seeking a land of fish and stars. So during the summers, the river water has less water and therefore it is polluted. So it seems as if the river is also holding its breath and it's looking for a land of fish and stars. That is when the water is clean and pure. The river has a soul. It knows stretching past the town from the first drop of rain to dry earth. So now the river has a soul. Again, it's a refrain. The poet says that it knows as if when it is stretching past the town, right from the first drop of rain to dry earth. Now we all know the water cycle, how water falls from the clouds and mist on the mountain tops. Now this is another form of water or precipitation. The river knows the immortality of water. That is, we all know water is immortal, that is, it is permanent. Here the constant flow of water in the river. A shrine of happy pictures marks the days of childhood. Small towns grow with anxiety for the future. Now, shrine is a holy or sacred place. So now the poet compares childhood. She says that it is a picture of innocence and purity. Now, small towns, they grow with anxiety. That is, the adults, they always worry about death for the future. Now, the dead are placed pointing west. When the soul rises, it will walk into the golden east, into the house of sun. Now, this is a belief of the northeast people. That is, when the people die, they are placed pointing west. That is, when the soul will wake, it will go towards the golden east or into the house of sun. In the cool bamboo, again you can see it is a visual imagery and a metaphor for human beings restored in sunlight. That is, when you put it back into its former condition. Life matters like this in small towns by the river. We all want to walk with the gods. That is, the people in the small towns, they believe in afterlife. They believe that after death they will be walking or they will be living in the company of gods. So we have, in short, we have understood the poem, I suppose. You can read the question answers given in the description. Okay, take care, study well.